This morning, Chinese President Xi Jinping sent a congratulatory letter to the conference. And in his letter, he said, well, China studies are not only about historic China, but also about contemporary China. And he urged more Chinese scholars as well as international scholars to work together to further promote the development of China studies. But what are China studies? Well, actually, the early China studies can be traced back to the 13th century, when explorers such as Marco Polo brought what they saw in China, as well as the teachings of some ancient Chinese scholars back to Europe. And since then, more and more scholars are becoming more interested in China. And now, the current China studies are not only about Chinese literature and culture, but also about the society, military, economy about China. Well, it has been more than 10 years since the first World Conference on China Studies was held. And this year, more than 400 domestic and international scholars from 60 countries and regions are gathering here, sharing their thoughts on Chinese civilization as well as modernization. And I had a chance to speak with the guest speaker, Mr. Mazaki Majolo, former premier of African country Lesotho. And he actually mentioned a lot about China's modern achievements, such as artificial intelligence as well as new energy vehicles, and how these achievements be shaping the development of African countries. And this actually echo what Chinese President Xi Jinping said in his congratulatory letter, that the China studies are not only about historical China, but also about contemporary China. The conference is not only a place to exchange ideas, but this morning also witnessed the establishment of the World Association for China Studies, as well as the awarding ceremony for distinguished contribution to China studies. And the awards actually were given to 3 winners from Canada, South Korea, and Singapore to thank for their contribution to the China studies. And this afternoon, there will be 4 sub-forums talking about topics such as Chinese civilization as well as China's path to modernization this afternoon. So there will be more people sharing their thoughts on China studies.